Welcome to Again But Softer with me, your host, Sienna. This is a podcast created specifically for women. Perhaps you've survived some madness in your life and now you're ready to begin the intentional work of closing those challenging chapters. This space is dedicated to exploring how we can choose to start all over again. We will focus on what it means to be softer on yourself, your family, and in every other aspect of your life. A total, wholesome reset done gently. Let's embrace the choice to leave the weight of the past behind and begin again, but softly. If you're listening right now, your heart has probably been a little bruised. Maybe it was a friend who faded away without an explanation, or a partner who broke a promise, or a family member whose dismissal cut deeper than any argument. You've replayed that moment over and over and over again, wondering, how could it mean so little to them when it meant the world to you? Today, we're talking about the hardest pill to swallow and how it becomes our most potent superpower. This conversation is for every woman who has ever felt the weight of other people's expectations, with a special focus on the unique pressures faced by our women of African descent. Let's begin. So, what do we mean by apathy? In our common understanding, apathy is a bad word, a word we do not like associating ourselves with. It suggests indifference or a lack of passion, a coldness of sorts. But in the context of self-preservation, we are going to redefine that. The liberating realization is this: people actually do not care. They will hurt you and go on about their lives like they did nothing. They're not lying awake at night, haunted by the pain they caused you. And this has nothing to do with your worth and everything to do with theirs. This isn't a message of cynicism. It's the exact opposite. It is a message of liberation. We operate from a place of empathy, projecting our own capacity to care onto others. But the painful yet freeing truth is that not everyone has the same capacity of emotional accountability. Holding on to that pain and waiting for an apology that will never come is like drinking poison and expecting them to get sick. This thing we're calling apathy is acceptance of others' emotional limitations. And it isn't a passive resignation. It actually is a choice to stop taking their behavior personally. It's the first crucial step into a radical act of self-love. So we've swallowed that bitter pill of realization, right? Now we wash it down with the clear water of radical self-love. What is this thing we're calling radical self-love? See, it isn't some fluffy feel-good term. It is far more than the bubble baths or face masks in the evening or affirmations early in the morning. In actual sense, it is the source that guides our conversations because it is about survival and the intentional refusal to die. It's a real, powerful, revolutionary response. So let that sit in for a moment. See, the oppressive systems have waged a direct war on our bodies, minds, and emotions. But radical self-love is in direct combat with those systems. It is achieving a win with each breath you take for yourself. And what we can ask ourselves is, what does this radical or revolutionary self-love actually look like in the real world, like on a Tuesday afternoon? It looks like boundaries, not some wishy-washy suggestions, but clear, firm, protective walls you have built to guard your energy and, most importantly, your peace. I absolutely love this metaphor. Stop going to the hardware store for milk because it's so simple yet so profound. Think about it. You wouldn't go to a hardware store to buy milk. So if someone has shown you over and over again that they are emotionally unavailable, you should stop expecting them to suddenly provide emotional nourishment. So the big takeaway today is that you need to redirect all that care you have been wasting. And how do we do that? First, you have to validate your own heart. So you don't need their apology because your pain is real and it is justified with or without their acknowledgement. Second, you have to stop going to the empty wells looking for water. You have to accept that they are dry. Third, you need to take all that time, all that mental energy you used to spend on someone who isn't thinking of you, and you need to give it back to yourself. This is how we move beyond the passive, disembodied apathy we sometimes see in literature, the kind that leads to emptiness. Our apathy is an indifference to constraints, a powerful internal liberation. So, how do we put this into practice? Let's get a little tactical. The first thing you need to do is audit your emotional energy. You need to get brutally honest with yourself. Make a simple list. This list can contain things like who fills your cup and who drains it. This list is your map. It tells you exactly where you put your energy. You then start to consciously redirect your energy from those who are draining you to those who replenish you. Secondly, you need to set boundaries that honor your holistic health. For an African woman, and frankly for all of us, our well-being is holistic, the whole shebang. Research shows that it rests on 4 key indicators, that is our emotional, spiritual, psychosocial health, and the overall balance between them. Your boundaries are the guardians to this balance. So ask yourself, is this relationship or this situation or this dynamic uplifting my spirit? Is it supporting my emotional peace? Or if not, then your boundary is your tool to say no more. Use a symbolic deadline to give your healing journey a powerful, forward-focused anchor. This is not a pressure thing. It is a target to aim for on your journey to letting go and taking back your energy. For me, I have circled the date November 29, 2025. And why? In the spiritual circle, this is a date of major clarity and closure. It is a moment when mental fog is predicted to lift, making it the perfect symbolic deadline for this work. But hey, whether you're into that or not, it really doesn't matter. You need to set a date that means something to you specifically. Think of it as a goalpost, that light at the end of the tunnel. Imagine arriving at that date, having already released the emotional patterns and karmic attachments that have held you back. That is the power of forward-focused healing. Your actionable takeaway is to do one thing that honors one of your holistic health indicators. That is, you could pray or meditate or call a supportive friend, and that is your superpower in action. Remember, this is a journey we don't walk alone. So I want to hear from you. How are you practicing these forms of apathy? Where are you going to set your boundaries for your radical self-love? In conclusion, apathy, redefined, is not cold indifference. It's the liberating acceptance that we cannot control others' capacity to care. And this acceptance fuels radical self-love, a fierce, boundary-setting, life-affirming practice that is a direct resistance to oppression. So stop drinking the poison. Your healing begins the moment you decide that your well-being is the most important project you will ever have to work on.